Good evening and welcome to Sundays with Neelu. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you so much for all your story responses. Thank you for all your compliments. My prayers and best wishes to all of you. Coming to this week's story. This week's story's title is The Saint and the Scorpion. So once there was a saint who read a lot of books, who went through hard penances and realized the value of life. So he woke up early to take a bath in a river. So as he set his foot on the banks of the river, and as he was about to take a dip, he saw a scorpion struggling in the water. Yeah, it was struggling for its life. It was wriggling inside the water. The saint immediately wanted to save the scorpion. So the saint put his left hand, and he immediately picked up the scorpion. The moment he picked up the scorpion, before he could get it onto the land, the scorpion wriggled and it stung the saint, and it fell back into the water and again started struggling inside the water. So the saint was in pain. Yeah, it stung him very badly. So then he was looking at his hand, and then he said, "No, I can't let go of the scorpion. I will save it at any cost." Then he went back again to the river. He put his right hand this time and saw the scorpion again struggling at the same place. So he pulled it out. And he was about to place it on the land. Again, this time the scorpion stung him on the right hand. Again, it fell back into the water. So again, the scorpion was struggling. So the saint said his hands were aching and they were in pain because the scorpion really stung both his hands very badly. So while looking at his hands, he said, I must save this scorpion's life. And he went with both his hands this time. He joined both his hands and quickly, pulled out the scorpion along with the water and quickly threw it on the ground, yeah, on the dry land. And immediately the scorpion crawled and went into the pebbles and to the nearby bushes. So the saint was very happy. He said, "Finally, I could save this scorpion's life." There was a passerby standing there. He was watching the saint saving the scorpion, and this whole drama of the scorpion stinging the saint and then falling back into the water, and again the saint picking it up with his right hand, and again it falling back into the water, again the sage picking it up with both his hands and finally saving its life. So he went to the saint and he asked him, "What on earth were you doing? Why were you saving such a useless, silly creature which is of no use to anyone?" Yeah, so the saint smiled and he said, "The scorpion is a weak creature and I'm a learned man. I know the value of life. So I wanted to save the scorpion." So he said, "But it is of no use to anyone." But the saint said, "But I know the value of life. The scorpion is a weak creature who doesn't know anything about life, nor does it have the capacity to think. But I have the capacity to think. It is in its dharma to sting, anyone who comes in its way. And it is in my dharma to save people, whoever come in my way, whoever comes my way." So this is what the saint said. And the man smiled and he prostrated in front of, he fell at the saint's feet and understood his compassion. And there ends the story. So we all must follow our dharma, is what I took from this story. So whatever is our nature, we should not, give it up. If we are helping by nature, if we have the nature to help people, if we are that kind of people, we should always remain so. Seeing other people being selfish, we should not turn selfish. There are so many things like this. It's not only this. So while reading this story, I remembered this took me back to the land of gods and land of saints, which is Rishikesh. So I visited Rishikesh in 2019, yeah, 2020 actually. So just before the pandemic started, I was there. And this was in February, between February and March. There was a huge international yoga festival going there. There were so many saints and sages, and my teacher. I was doing a writing course at that point in time, and the teacher took us there, and we were 15 of us, and we enjoyed that trip like anything, just for a week. So at that time, we went to visit this place called Vashisht Gufa. So there was a saint called, we all know Vashisht, Saint Vashishta. He was meditating and he got enlightened in a particular place, in a gufa, in a cave. And we went to visit that cave. and it was a very small cave, yeah, by the Ganges. Yeah, there was River Ganga, and they were beautiful. It was very beautiful. There were trees, and the water was pure, and and it was flowing through red colored pebbles, and we it was just a stone path. It was a very rough path. We got off and we went there and we sat in the gufa, meditated for some time, and we came out. And while we were coming out, there was this gentleman who was wearing a monkey cap because it was very cold out there. And many of the students left, and they all were sitting in the bus by then. And me with another five people, we were just walking slowly. And as we were about to reach the steps to go up, yeah, suddenly the man called out to us and he said, "Oh, you all left?" We said, "Yeah, many of my friends have left." So he said, "No, no, please wait. I am going to get desi laddus for you." So laddu is a delicacy. We all know that it's a wonderful sweet. And he said that, "I'm getting desi ghee laddus for you," which is like, freshly made laddus for us. So, and he said that they make quintals and quintals of laddus there. They make so many, in a huge quantity. And he said that, "I want to share it with you." He came and he gave it to us. I think they offer it as a prasad in the nearby temple, Shiva temple. So he just offered those laddus to all of us. And of course, there was a gang of monkeys which came there, and then we had to run back and till we sat in the temple and we ate. There was a Shiva temple there. We sat there and we ate those laddus. Till then, the monkeys didn't go. Finally, after that, the monkeys left, and we couldn't carry anything up to our friends, in the bus. So we finished that and we went up. So the point, what I remembered is, it is like, if you see in cities nowadays, and if you see anywhere, in the world, people have become very selfish, but still there are people who are generous, who want to offer food, who want to give the most precious thing what they have made to you. When I saw that man selflessly offering laddus to us, and on top of it he was saying, "We have so many to offer," you know it made me feel, I was overwhelmed. I felt so good. It was pure affection, nothing but pure affection. Not many people, do that in nowadays world. Today's world, if you see, even when we go to any place, if anyone has anything, they hide and they eat, or they share a little, but they're not willing to share it all. Share it all. Maybe one or two people share. But there, in that land of Rishikesh, everyone was so generous, and it was such a pure land, fully, holy and filled with saints. I really loved that place. And this is what I remembered about the, Vashisht Gufa, and how the saints, resided there. And there's so many stories of Rishikesh I have, and I'm going to pen them down and I'm going to share it with you as we go by. So this is what I remembered. The dharma of that land is giving, and people who reside there get because they give a lot. And this is what I understood. So thank you so much for your kind attention. Stick to your dharma and do what you feel is right always. And what is right, more than what you feel is right, do what is right. So yeah, I hope I'm not preaching. Thank you so much. And I'll see you again with another new story only on Sundays with Neelu next Sunday. Till then, please rest well, take care, and bye.